Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I'm gonna be talking about 5 rules all landscape photographers need to follow if you want better photographs and a more enjoyable experience. Right after this. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome into the video. On this channel, we talk landscape photography. So if you're into landscape photography at all, consider subscribing to this channel. Now in this video specifically, I'm gonna be discussing 5 rules all landscape photographers must follow for a better enjoyment of landscape photography, and as a result, better photographs. Now that may seem a little bit weird, but I've been shooting for about 10 years now as a professional photographer, and I've learned a few things along the way, and I want to share them for you so that you can really skip those 10 years of learning processes and start implementing these 5 things to your own photography so that you can be a happier photographer and have more fun in the field and get better photographs. So what I want to do is share these in a list format. Number 1 thing that you need to do as a landscape photographer is follow the rule of leave no trace. And this is really going to give you a better understanding, a better enjoyment, and a better love for the places that you're going out to shoot. For the longest time, I had so much issue going out to places and not really understanding them. Yeah, I was coming away with some pretty sweet, awesome photos, but I had no understanding of what those locations were, what they meant. And a lot of times I was actually probably destroying these locations in minor ways. So basically the idea of leave no trace for landscape photographers or outdoor enthusiasts to follow is you go into a location knowing what's fragile there and not harming it, but instead photographing a location based on the story that it already has. You're not taking away from that story. You're not taking things with you. You're not leaving things there like trash or food or anything else that could harm animals. You're not feeding wild animals. You're doing nothing like that. So what you're doing is getting a better understanding for locations, reserving those locations for future photographers to go shoot, following in your footsteps if they like your work, and overall getting better photographs of those locations because you're able to implement small little details based on a location's history and unique features that other photographers don't get. So this requires a little bit of research, but at the same time, you're coming away with better results of your photography. Thing number 2, assess your location. Know what's there, find different things to shoot. A lot of times we go into a location and we really hone in on either to a different photograph that we've already seen from the same location, or we really gravitate to the obvious shot, which is like the dead-on big shot of whatever's there. Really assess the location and spend more time in each location really investigating like the little nooks, crannies, lines, shapes that each location may have so that you can come away with the best result of every location. So many times I made the mistake of going into a location, shooting the obvious shot and getting out, only to realize when I got back on my computer in post-processing, I was like, there probably could have been a little bit better shot that I could have gotten of a location. That really hurt me at times because I was traveling to big places on long trips and I didn't really have the opportunity to get back there. So really assess the location, find everything in every little place. Take big shots, take detail shots, take shots that you don't even think you're going to use. If you're not shooting film and you're shooting digital, you have so many shots to waste. So really use up your memory cards when you're in the field shooting. Number 3, when you are in the field shooting, share the location. Don't view landscape photography as a competition with other photographers. View landscape photography as an opportunity for you to learn from other photographers, learn from other people. See their viewpoint on what they see in a location, because a lot of times if you see other photographers in the field, we're a really friendly bunch. We're a good community of outdoor enthusiasts that love shooting in the outdoors. So go up and talk to them, figure out where they've been, where they like to go shoot, what kinds of shots they like to get. Really dive into their mind and share locations with them and ideas with them That way we can all be better photographers and we can really learn from each other. If you're a beginner photographer, this is huge for you. Learn everything from every photographer. Really figure out what your style is based on what they like. Figure out what you like to shoot based on what other people like to shoot. Really figure out the style of photography that you like to do and share the location with them. As a matter of fact, we're going out shooting nature. No one owns it. So share the locations. Don't be like, well, that guy's coming to shoot out here. I better just hold my ground and not let him come in. Invite him in, invite him to how you're seeing things, and get an idea as to how he's viewing that place or she is viewing that place as well. Number 4, adjust your expectations. This is a newly acquired skill for me in landscape photography because I used to go into every single photography shoot doing tons of research on what was there, what I could shoot, everything like that. So when I got to a location, I had the expectation that the lighting was going to be exactly like it was in the photos that I had already investigated, and maybe even like the different things like color, like compositions, all that stuff I thought was going to be exactly the same. A lot of times it was way different, and overall I was not very satisfied with the photographs that I was getting. So being able to lower your expectations of a location and really just enjoy it for what it is leads you to get better photographs, because you're going into it with an open mind. You're going into it with not doing very much research on what's there, so that you can formulate your own idea of what kind of photographs that you're able to get, play with the location, play with different compositions, and come out with better, more unique shots, because you're not just going up to a location, putting your tripod legs exactly where your favorite photographers have shot. You're developing your own photographs and your own style, not copying theirs. And number 5, guys, lastly, just keep it loose. Keep your idea of photography loose. Are you going out and shooting waterfalls if you've never shot those before? Calm down, keep it loose, and just go out there and have a blast shooting that. Remember why you loved photography in the first place. This may seem like an obvious one to share, but overall, it's one that I always struggle with, because I always want to come out with that like killer epic shot. Half the fun of photography, if you're honest with yourself, is failing. Half of your fun in photography is failing and then trying to get the right shot the second time around, or failing and trying to work that location for what conditions are at the moment, instead of like just going to a location and not having fun shooting it. Really work a location, have fun finding different things. It's an adventure, it's a journey. Really look for different things you can shoot and keep everything loose. Are you going to shoot something you've never shot before? Enjoy the learning experience. Don't get down on yourself because your photos aren't as good as somebody else's. Keep it loose and remember why you started photography in the first place. This is something we all need to remember, something all we photographers need to go out and remember every time we go out and shoot. The happiest landscape photographers are always the ones who remember that and who do a very good job keeping it loose. Hey guys, if you use these rules effectively, you're going to be a much happier photographer. You're going to be a much better photographer and a more well-rounded photographer going out into the future. If you like this video or you found it useful at all, like I hope you did as a landscape photographer, hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing to this channel. Not only are we sharing tips like these, we're doing post-processing videos, we're going out into the field, sharing photography tips, so consider subscribing below. Also, if you want to keep watching, I'm going to share some of those landscape photography tips in a playlist that's up on your screen right now that you can click and view some of these videos on, so hopefully you can have more fun in the field next time you go out and shoot.